He's averaged double-digit scoring every season.
Yeah, Brian, he's done it primarily as a sixth man. He actually already ranks among the top 10 in all-time points scored off the bench, and he's still moving up the ladder.
It is interesting that he prefers to come off the bench.
Yes, some guys do.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. Here's Sexton, and a nice finish on the layup. Sexton's got 6.
And someone like Sexton, well, all scorers really, they have to get points around the hoop.
And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. To the middle. Shot's good by Collier. Collier's got his first points of the game.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
The Bucks leading by 9. Outside, Green. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Down low, MP drops it in.
Well, that's on the defense. How did they let MP get deep positioning like that?
Sexton against Porter. Here's Sensabaugh. Clock at 6. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
They have no answer defensively inside.
To the paint. On the wing, Porter. To the inside. Outside, Green. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And here's MP from outside. Offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo finds Green. And here's Porter outside. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Porter's got his second basket on the night.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Stan, another head coach from the Greg Popovich tree, Will Hardy, who started his career in San Antonio.
And there have been a lot of successful guys that have come through the Spurs organization. Will Hardy is just another one who is developing into an outstanding NBA coach.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
MP scanning the floor. Green, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Inside, MP. Sexton grabs the board.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Pass to Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. This one for 3. Knocks down the long J. And now just a 5-point Bucks lead.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
So Milwaukee going with almost an entirely new group here. Portis, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Kuzma comes in for Green. Prince is checked in for Trent. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Porter Jr. Pass to Prince. MP against Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Can't get it to go. He's 7 for 12. And here's Markkanen. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Trailing by 5. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Well, everyone has off nights. They just need to make sure that they bounce back strong.
Pass to MP. And 1:01 left in the first half. Lillard against George. Kuzma outside. And the ball out of play. The Jazz will have it. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You take a look at the Warriors. They pulled themselves up to the second place spot.
When I look at the Bucks, they were hoping to begin the year better. It's still too soon to hit the panic button, but they're heading in the wrong direction.
Kuzma against Collins. Down low. And it's Clarkson missing.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Pass to Lillard. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Portis. The 9-footer's on the mark. Portis has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And it's Clarkson missing. To the middle. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Prince.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
And so it's Milwaukee closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Welcome, everyone, as we dig into the details. Things working out so far for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I have some research here that might explain everything. Apparently 3 is more than 2. They keep making threes.
Let's look now and see how teams stack up across the league. It's our latest power rankings.
When I look at Milwaukee, they are hurting. What's that saying? It's always darkest before the dawn? Well,
glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to... Here's Collier. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Collier is out there with Colin Sexton. Then it's Sviatoslav Mikhailu. And it's Hendricks in at the center position. And it's Antetokounmpo with a miss.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Here's Collier. Green covering. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. But Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Williams is checked in for Utah. And remember, despite a great start to his career, Colin Sexton was traded after his 4th year, Coach.
Yeah, well, Brian, seems like everybody gets traded at some point now, and Sexton has responded well to that deal. He understands it's not personal, it's a business. He deserves a lot of credit for what he's done.
And 2 sides to that coin, too. The team that traded you, there's also a team that wanted you and traded.
So true.
All right, the Jazz making a change here. Juzang's checked in. Utah leading by 6. Here's Collier. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo has got his 5th rebound in this one. MP left side. The 3 is up. Utah grabs the miss. Sexton's got 4 rebounds now.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
From downtown, rebounded by Trent. The Bucks have gone 0 for 3 in this 4th. Not good. To the paint. Green, the pass to MP. He's off on the layup.
Look, you've got to convert those. Come on.
To the inside. And Hendricks gets it to go. Hendricks has gotten 4 this quarter.
You just can't give up looks that close to the rim.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. So it's a narrow victory for the Bucks, pulling it out for the W. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did, and it...
Great win tonight, MP.
Another day, another win. Good work. see, baby. The stars are out. Say what's up to Spike for me.
What's up, MP? Let's keep this winning streak going.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan along. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Robinson's checked in for OG Anunoby, and Miles McBride subbed in for Bridges. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Sims is checked in. Portis comes in for Antetokounmpo. Green is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And MP subbed in for Trent. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
Yeah, you followed this league for a long time. That sounds like a pretty good game plan. Here's Portis, and no good, trying to use the glass.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt. And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Portis, the pass to Sims. Back to Portis. To halt the run, and the rejection by Towns. Nice shot by Portis.
And Portis understands his role in this offense, including when to look to score inside.
Out to the wing. Here's Brunson. Lillard with the rebound. Lillard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's the lob to the hoop.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Here's Brunson. Takes it off the glass. Brunson's got 14.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the paint.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
When you make the most of second chance opportunities and you're in there and active, well, that can really put a lot of pressure on the defense.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Antetokounmpo and Portis man the post positions. Porter is out there with MP, and it's Green in at the 3 spot. Here's Payne. Count it, good. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And this is the thing about MP. He has the poise to take high percentage shots.
Now here's Payne. He's tightly guarded. Bridges kicks to Payne. And the layup's good off the glass. Payne's got his second basket of the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
The Knicks making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in, and then for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis, and Trent subbed in for Green. Lopez against Robinson. New York moving it around. Bridges inside. Guarded by Porter. Just 4 to shoot. Bridges misses. Bucks trail by 12. Floats it up for Giannis. There's Giannis taking flight.
Every night there's something that Giannis does on the floor where you just have to put your hands on your head. Wow, what a move.
McBride passes to Achua. Anunoby against Trent. Down low. Robinson kicks to Bridges. Robinson a screen on Porter. Bridges, no one around him. Hits it from 3-point range. Bridges has got his second basket of the night.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down 3, you can add it to the list.
Giannis passes to Porter. MP with it. It's Trent on the wing. Back to MP. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
For the Knicks, Towns comes in for Achua. And it's chances at the line, made them all.
And not the same rhythm or approach that he had in the first quarter when he was taking it straight to the teeth of the D and really creating contact. Like to see him get back to that here in this quarter.
A 3 from MP. Another miss by MP.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
What a stuff there. Bridges doing it with authority.
Portis a screen on Brunson. 3-pointer, Lillard sinks the triple. Lillard's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Milwaukee.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And so it's New York. Their lead at 15 going into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Back to the action in just a minute.
They're getting destroyed inside. I'm pretty sure even Kenny could get a layup on them right now.
Shaq, I'd get a layup on you.
Next up, let's take a look at our latest power rankings.
When I look at Milwaukee,
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but making a switch here. MP's checked in. Here's Hart. 8 points for him. Brunson outside. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Brent, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it amazes both of us that Jalen Brunson fell to the second round, the 33rd pick back in 2018. So, with that in mind, how has he overcome the doubter?
Well, the first thing he got was opportunity, Kevin, and that's all you can ask for as a young player. What he was able to do in Dallas opened up the eyes of a lot of people to what he was capable of as a point guard in the league. But trust me, Jalen Brunson has never stopped believing in his ability and confidence to dominate a game the way that we've seen him do that in the past couple of seasons.
We've got Anunoby. Josh Hart out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer. But he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. Let's it go with the three. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the Bucks miss again.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Bridges kicks to Brunson. Pass to Hart. Takes a shot at the elbow. Pocket 6. Anunoby. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 6 assists in the game.
Every year, Anunoby seems to gain more and more confidence, especially in his jump shot.
A different look for New York. Robinson's checked in for Towns. Achua comes in for Josh Hart. And Miles McBride subbed in for OG Anunoby. Kept alive. Nice shot by Portis.
Rebound looked a little too easy for Portis there. Got the big paw up and put it back for the score.
Here's McBride. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Bucks trail by 14. Lillard outside. Pass to MP. Picked him clean. For the three. And Mikal Bridges, good for 3. Bridges has got 5 points now this quarter.
Through the years here, Bridges getting better and better at shooting off the bounce.
Outside, Green. Back to Lillard. And the turnover again by Milwaukee. Anunoby, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Prince is checked in. Here's New York. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Bridges, right side. And the foul called on MP. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Fourth team foul.
Long range from the inbound. No good that time. And so it's the New York Knicks feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Antetokounmpo and Portis man the post positions. MP out there with Kevin Porter. And it's Green in at the 3. To the middle. And it's Robinson with the jam.
And that's Mitchell Robinson's attitude. Anywhere around the rim, he's going to rock it.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Green. On the wing, Porter. Defended by McBride. Robinson pulls it in. The Knicks leading by 19 points. On the wing, Anunoby. Payne dishes to Towns. Just 5 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Milwaukee. Giannis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Looking to end his cold spell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one goes on Anunoby.
And the big question for MP is going to be work ethic. Because if he can put in the sweat, there's no reason he can't be a star in this league.
Achua, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. The Bucks also with the sub. Trent's checked in for Green. Here's McBride. Drains the three-pointer. And the Knicks lead by. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They won this game going.
You win some, you lose some. Tough game tonight. Get them next time.
Elite for taking home the Season 5 affiliation victory and earning that rep boost this season. Earn progress towards your affiliation by participating in and winning events. Who's taking home the rep boost in Season 6? That's up to you. I'll see you out there on the courts.
Welcome to a fresh new episode of NBA 2K TV.
The NBA playoffs are around the corner, and looks like the OKC Thunder are going to be a problem out there in the West.
And we recently caught up with power forward Jalen Williams. Take a look. Jalen, welcome to NBA 2K TV. Do you play NBA 2K25 a lot? Maybe often.
I do, for the most part. I know my friend group does. So throughout the house, there's a lot of controller throws and yelling and stuff like that.
You want to shout any players that you play with out? Like maybe a group that you run with? Anybody?
Can I shout out like a gamer tag?
Gamer tags.
Mr.
Anything.
Air Jordan 27. Yeah.
Okay, camera point over there.
Yeah. He's good. If you want to run with him. Also, another notable good player, Jay Will on my team, the other Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
He's very good at 2K, so definitely show him some love.
What about your brother?
Oh, he's horrible. I would never shout him out.
Yeah, Cody's horrible at NBA 2K. That's
Cody's not good
good
at 2K, yeah. But first-person shooter games, he's good, but 2K, that's not his thing.
Okay, and when you make your My Player, what's your build?
I try and do I think it's like a 3-level, 3-way scorer, defender, or whatever. But I try and like make it myself. So I put like all the stuff that I think I'm good at on there. So it always gives me something different.
Which is?
Like it's usually something 3-way. It's usually 3-level something.
Okay. Because a lot of players, they either want themselves or completely opposite. So.
Nah, I think I'm pretty awesome. I'm gonna be trying to make myself. But every time I try and like adjust it a little bit, it'll change it. So usually I try and go for like a 3-level score, and that seems to be the most fun.
Yeah, and your team in real life is very defensive focused, but players on 2K love to shoot. So what defensive advice would you give NBA 2K players?
I don't know. I think a lot of it's like anticipation, like trying, like it's a video game. So I feel like some things, you can kind of like read ahead a little bit. So that's what I would say, try and anticipate plays, but I don't really be playing defense on there, which is why I don't get asked to play by some of my friends.
And if you had to choose a My Team starting 5 with any NBA player, could be past or present, who are you choosing?
Okay. I'll probably pick Steph at the 1. I'm putting myself at the 3, Kobe at the 2. I'd probably do Bron and KD.
Terrible team.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not winning anything with that.
I don't know if we'd win a game.
Is there a moment when you're playing 2K where you think, man, this is why I play the game?
Seeing myself for the first time, that always sticks out. So anytime I see myself in the game, and now that my little brother's in the game too, I think that usually kind of makes it a little more real.
And now you're an NBA All-Star, so your NBA All-Star self is going to be in the game too.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be in there with the jersey. Hopefully that boosts my rating a little bit. That's what I'm waiting on. I just need a little +2. I'm an 88, want to be a 90, so
awesome.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Okay.
Today, we're making your life easier, literally, by reviewing difficulty settings in My Team modes.
Let's start with a breakdown of Breakout. When you start a new run, you choose the starting difficulty. Choosing a higher difficulty lets you unlock prizes faster for shorter runs.
Yep, that's true. And as you travel further from the center towards the edges, you'll notice increases in game difficulty.
As that difficulty rises, shots become more challenging to make, and it'll take more skill and better positioning to play effective defense.
That's true. So choosing your route to the outside edge is an important consideration in Breakout. And watch yourself on the gatekeeper games at the edge of the court, especially near the corners. As an example, the best rewards card on a run that starts on Rookie, we played on Pro difficulty against the best reward cards of that season.
Over in Domination, you can choose the objectives of each game from 1 to 3 stars in difficulty.
Right, and the prize levels increase based on difficulty.
Higher difficulty will make it easier to earn MTP, XP, and rep, and it'll also give you more prize points per game.
Yeah, those stack up after a run of teams on Domination, and you'll have to play on higher difficulties to earn the 99-star reward in each tier. Those cards are powerful, and it's worth it to get on the pathway to that all-time Domination challenge.
Lower difficulties are fine, but might be reinforcing bad habits while still winning. If you occasionally turn up the difficulty, you'll become a better player over time.
Yeah, it's a good way to test where you're at and where you're progressing. That's a good call. As the difficulty increases, you won't be able to fake out the AI opponents or make as many contested shots, requiring you to sharpen your skills.
If you want some tips on shot timing,
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. This is Brian Anderson. Joining me, analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and reporter Allie LaForce. And the injury story, certainly noteworthy. A lot of players in business casual tonight.
A long list of injuries coming into this game. You look at all of those names, and they're unavailable. It's pretty daunting.
A look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Butler, and it's Edwards in at the 3. And for the Bucks, inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Then there's Taurean Prince, Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Rollins in at the 1 spot. The physicality of the NBA, Grant, it does come along with the risk of injury. These two teams can attest to that.
Yeah, B.A., that is so true. Injuries on both sides. Now, each team looking for their role players to step up. The best team at filling those gaps will likely be your winner tonight.
And it's the Bucks to start out. Antetokounmpo inside. Can't connect from short range. Edwards against Kuzma. Yabusele. Three-pointer off the mark. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
To the wing on the left. Here's Grimes. Here's Bona. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Brook Lopez.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
Now here's Kuzma. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep.